tracks in the sand. Hole punches, spiders, conspiracies tight. He's podcasting strong, deep into the night. From the man from UNCLE to the Motown scene. He's dropping gems like you never seen. Oh, you know Tom Gulley, he's the podcast king. Say what? Ladies man with a smooth, sweet swing. Bigfoot, spider, and 9/11 schemes. Tom's a man of your wildest dreams. Tom Gulley, he's got charm, got wit, and a silky flow. Oh yeah, talking mysteries only Tom would know. From R&B to the funk so tight, so tight. He's spinning webs like a spider at night. Woo! His voice is smooth like a Motown jam. Ooh-wee. You can't help but say that's my man. Oh yeah, Tom Gulley, he's the podcast king. Ladies man with a smooth, sweet swing. Ooh. Bigfoot, spiders, and 9/11 schemes. Tom's the man of your wildest dreams. Tom Gulley, I'm gonna, Tom Gulley, I'm gonna, Tom Gulley, I'm gonna, Tom Gulley, I'm gonna, Tom Gulley's got a mic in his hand. Ooh yeah, talking Bigfoot tracks in the sand. Hole punches, spiders, conspiracies tight. He's podcasting strong, deep into the night. From the man from UNCLE to the Motown scene. He's dropping gems like you never seen. Oh, you know Tom Gulley, he's the podcast king. Say what? Ladies man with a smooth, sweet swing. Bigfoot, spider, and 9/11 schemes. Tom's a man of your wildest dreams. Tom Gulley, he's got charm, got wit, and a silky flow. Oh yeah, talking mysteries only Tom would know. From R&B to the funk so tight, so tight. He's spinning webs like a spider at night. Woo! His voice is smooth like a Motown jam. Ooh-wee. You can't help but say that's my man. Oh yeah, Tom Gulley, he's the podcast king. Ladies man with a smooth, sweet swing. Ooh. Bigfoot, spiders, and 9/11 schemes. Tom's the man of your wildest dreams. Tom Gulley, I'm gonna, Tom Gulley, I'm gonna, Tom Gulley, I'm gonna, Tom Gulley, I'm gonna,
Oh yeah. Shake your groove thing. Shake what mama gave you. Oh yeah. Welcome to the closest thing we're going to get to a Halloween show. Tonight, let me tell you about Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. Hey, what's up? What's hot? What's hip? What's happening? What is shaking? Oh man. We got a heck of a show planned for you. Got to leave a little early tonight. Pod Awful's Awful-ween will be taking place at the top of the next hour. And I strongly encourage you to go to Pod Awful and watch that with the Dark Lord of the Internet, Jesse X, also known as Jesse PS. A man who's on a generational run like no other. Let me tell you. What else I got to tell you about? Oh, yeah, like, share, subscribe, retweet, notification bell. All the free things you can do to help us with the algorithm, the almighty, all-powerful, all-seeing algorithm. We need that badly. We do have super chats. We do have memberships. You can donate via PayPal, where you give the most, I get the most, and Google gets nothing. Like it that way. We have a merchandise store. It's all in the crawl at the bottom of the screen. We call it the begging bar. It's a bar of begging. Or you can just look in the description, whatever you want to do. That being said, next week, we've got a lot of great shows planned for you. Monday will be Hulk Hogan. Tuesday will be Player Pianos. You're welcome, Terry Nee. Playboy After Dark, legendary TV show, will be Wednesday. Thursday will be The Burger Chef Murders, Unsolved, and scared the bejeezel out of me when I was in junior high school, delivering papers in the dark every morning. Yeah. Also, I'm almost out of the free StreamYard hours, so I'm going to have to use OBS. I don't know what that means. It's just maybe we used to do it on OBS. I'll see. We'll see. We do have people in the chat. Let's say hi to them, see what's up. Gilman says, giddy up, papa, papa, mau, mau. My heart is on fire for Elvira. Many people's heart has over the years been on fire for Elvira. Uncle Fatty is here. Haven't seen him in a while. Good to see you, Uncle. By the way, I typed Uncle Fatty into the chat, and it told me that YouTube rejected my comment. Let me just get this straight. YouTube, my comments. I'm the show host. I'm the owner. It's my channel. I just wrote Uncle Fatty. You should not be rejecting any of my... Anyway. Yeah. Terry Nee is here, the big brother I never had, never wanted. Good to see him. He snaked my toilet last week. He's a good man. Michaela is here. Good to see you, Michaela. And let's see who else we got here. Yes, shake that booty. And our good friend, Team Brittany, is here. Oh, man. She's a bigwig on the internet. She's a moderator on that show with 130,000 subscribers that I don't mention because I don't want to dox them. Also, she's does 9 or 10 other things that are very important and well received. Let's see here. Michaela says, Uncle Fatty. And how come you can do it and I can't do it? What's up with that, Michaela? Uncle Fatty says, yep, it's a derogatory statement. Well, but not when Michaela does it. Not when she does it. Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. Let's get right down to it. Many of you know who she is. Many of you have enjoyed Elvira for quite some time. And we were going to get into all of that. But I'd like to talk a little bit first about the amazing person that developed the character of Elvira all by herself and created that persona. And that, of course, is, yes, there she is, Cassandra Peterson. Of course, she is best known as being Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. She became famous in Los Angeles at KHJ-TV, hosting Elvira's Movie Macabre with all the B movies. But you didn't know, I'm sure, that she was a member of the Groundlings. And the Groundlings are a legendary improv group out of Los Angeles that have spawned many, many big stars, Saturday Night Live, Pee Wee Herman, you name it. And she had based this persona of Elvira as part of a sort of a Valley Girl attitude that she created with the Groundlings. Yes. She's done a couple movies. Of course, the TV show was very, very popular. Revived it again in, 2014 with 13 Nights of Elvira, which was produced by Hulu. And in 2021, she did a one-night, 4-part 40th anniversary special airing on Shudder. She's been in other movies. We'll get to all that. It all started out in Manhattan, Kansas. Many of you may not know this. When she was a toddler, she was inadvertently scalded by boiling water, which required skin grafts to cover 35% of her body to heal. Her family later relocated to Colorado Springs, Colorado, where her mother and her aunt had a costume shop, which may, be a reason she made the great costume we've all come to know and love. In 2011, she was interviewed, and she said that while the other girls liked Barbie dolls, she was preoccupied by horror stuff. And in elementary school, she saw The House on Haunted Hill, which was the first horror movie she ever saw. She was a ballet dancer and trained as such until certain physical attributes, two of them, made it almost impossible for her to be a ballet dancer from the standpoint of balance and other things. By the way, the link is in the chat room at the top. If you're watching the show, you want to be on, you don't have to turn your camera on. You can just have your voice. We'll get you on there. She started working as a go-go dancer in Colorado Springs and pleasing lots of the soldiers at nearby Fort Carson. And she was a big fan of Phyllis Diller and Ann Mira of Stiller and Mira, Ben Stiller's parents. And then I think a comedian that a lot of people have forgotten over the years, but was amazing, and that was Toady Fields. Toady Fields. She was an Anne Margaret fan. She was on a trip to Vegas. She went to a live show in Vegas. The people producing it noticed her. She is noticeable. And despite being only 17, she got her parents to let her sign a contract. The second she graduated high school, she drove back to Vegas and she became a showgirl at the Dunes. That is where she met Mr. Elvis Presley and went on a date with Elvis. Yes. In the early 70s, she moved to Italy. And she was the lead singer of a couple of Italian rock bands. One was called Latin Zadie, another was called The Snails. She was introduced to film director Federico Fellini, legendary filmmaker. And landed a smart film part in the film Roma in 1972, came back to the States, worked at the Playboy Club in Miami as a showgirl, and signed up with Hugh Hefner's Playboy modeling agency, working as a hostess and a model. She was also in nightclubs and discos around the country with a musical comedy act called Mama's Boys. This lady did everything, everything. But in 1979, she joined the Groundlings in L.A., where she created a, Valley Girl character, as I mentioned before. And that was who Elvira and her personality was largely based on. She was one of the 2 finalists for the role of Ginger Grant for the third Gilligan's Island television movie in 1981, but didn't quite get it. And very shortly after that, KHJ-TV in Los Angeles offered her a horror position. Now, there was a really popular host of the horror movies. It's called Fright Night in Los Angeles, a guy named Sinister Seymour. And he had been dead for 6 years, and they wanted to bring the show back. So they decided to use a hostess. There was a famous horror hostess from the 50s called Vampira. And Vampira did it for a little while, and she got mad, and that's when Cassandra Peterson became Elvira. They let her create the entire role and the image. Her and a friend, a guy named Robert Redding, came up with the sexy goth vampire look. And, off she went. Sadly, Vampira sued them. We won't get into that whole thing. But her Elvira character very rapidly gained notice with her tight-fitting, low-cut, cleavage displaying black gown. She had this sort of self-deprecating, flippant tone of a valley girl. She was satirical, she was sarcastic, and she loved double entendre, risque type of comments. She did not mind making lots of jokes about her cleavage. You know, she said that Elvira was her when she was a teenager. So there you go. Let's get to some of your comments real quick. How about? Why don't we put Elvira back up here, just for the fellas. You can start helping anytime, StreamYard. You're supposed to be helping. You're not helping. You're supposed to be, but you're not. You're really not. Let's see here. Ba-ba-da-bing, ba-da-boom, ba-da-boom, ba-da-bing, bing. Team Brittany says, Burger Chef Murders. Oh, yes. Legendary unsolved murders in Indianapolis back in the 70s. I think it was the late 70s. It might have been the very early 80s, but I think it was the late 70s. I can tell you, oh, and thanks again, StreamYard, for freezing me. I'm frozen. Do you see me there? Frozen? Usually it stops. We'll see if it stops. If it doesn't stop, I don't know what I'll do. Let me see here if this helps. You know, they're supposed to be helping. They're never helping. They don't even put me back where I was. Anyway, let's see. Right? I was testing it. Yeah, you got to say it. I didn't get to say it. Sky is here, says, sorry I'm late. Sky, you're probably not familiar with this concept, but nobody's ever late to this show, ever. Well, I can be late. Nobody else can be late. Julian Caesar's here. Says, happy Halloween Eve. Hit the like button. Yes, hit the like button. Help us with the algorithm, the almighty, all-powerful, all-seeing algorithm. We are getting throttled really bad right now. Now, believe you me, this show never gets a lot of views. But I can tell how many impressions we get, and we usually get like 5,000 or 6,000 impressions. We're getting like 700. And I'm doing nothing differently. So something's changed. Doopa is here. Always good to see her. People saying happy Halloween. People saying hi. A date with Elvis. Oh, yes. She's had dates with many famous men. Julian Caesar with the salute. Julian Caesar mentions Elvis was a hunka burning love. I think a great tragedy that Elvis was never in a Halloween movie. That's... It would have been a good Frankenstein. He's got the hair. Let's see. Team Dupa says, thank you for reminding me. I don't know of what. Team Brittany says, and a hound dog. He was that too. Yes, it is true. Elvira was in Roma. Yes, I mentioned that just a little earlier. Barnabas says howdy. Hello, Barnabas. Nice name for pre-Halloween. Very nice. Team Brittany says, please don't tell us she lived in Salem, Massachusetts, too. No, I don't believe she ever did. Good job, StreamYard. Yeah, thanks. You're supposed to be helping. You're not helping. You're never helping. You really are never helping. Let's just put this movie she was in. They made a movie, Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. But her character started out as this kind of obscure cult figure to a very lucrative brand. And let me just point this out. Elvira was created by Cassandra Peterson. That character's not owned by Disney or Universal or Warner Brothers. It's owned by her. So she gets the profits from anything she approves her likeness for. Now, certainly the people making the books and the statues and all the other stuff, they make money. You know, they sell it at a retail price that they're going to profit from. But she gets a cut, doesn't go to a studio. She's been associated with tons of products in the 80s and the 90s especially, including Halloween costumes, comic books, action figures, trading cards, pinball machines, Halloween decor, model kits, calendars, perfume, dolls. She's been on the cover of Femme Fatale's magazine 5 times. In 1984, she hosted her own 6-hour Halloween special on MTV, which had skits and music videos. Her skits are always great. And she did the same thing again in 1986. She was, in 86, a guest commentator at WrestleMania 2 with Jesse Ventura and Lord Alfred Hayes. This movie here in 1988, Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, was when Elvira mania was just reaching its zenith. From 89 to 80, from 88, yeah, from 88, from rented lips. From 89 to 91, she appeared as Elvira in a series of commercials promoting World Championship Wrestling's annual Halloween Havoc pay-per-view. Yeah. Yeah, another movie was made that Elvira and her husband at the time financed themselves. Elvira's Haunted Hills, yet another double entendre. They shot that one in Romania. Yeah. Oh, yeah. She arrived at the premiere in the Macabre mobile. There you go. In 2010, Elvira's Movie Macabre returned to television syndication, this time with public domain films. And in 2014, they did that 13 Nights of Elvira for Hulu. In 85, she started hosting a home video series. It's called Thriller Video. Many of these were hand-selected by Elvira herself. And she stayed away from sort of the cannibal, the slasher, the zombie films, and did things like The Monster Club, Dan Curtis television films. Dan Curtis, of course, the producer of Dark Shadows, and episodes of Hammer's House of Horror TV series. She had refused to host Make Them Die Slowly, Seven Doors of Death, Buried Alive. However, the videos were released on that label without her appearance. Yes, yes. Because that series was so popular, a second video set, Elvira's Midnight Madness, was released on Rhino Home Video. And in 2004, a DVD horror film collection called Elvira's Box of Horrors was released. And people were crazy because that was after a 10-year absence. But she was always doing something. She was always sponsoring something. She was always a part of Halloween. Ever since that character started, you can always count on going to the grocery store and seeing Elvira somewhere. Somewhere. Yes. Now, she has appeared in other things, don't you know? She was in Pee-wee's Big Adventure alongside her fellow groundling, Paul Rubens, Pee-wee himself. She was in Alan Quartermain in The Lost City of Gold in 87 with Richard Chamberlain and Sharon Stone. She was in 2010's All About Evil, playing a mother named Linda Thompson who says not to go to the old theater to watch scary movies. And she was in Rob Zombie's The Munsters movie in 2002. Now, Elvira, just a few years ago, Cassandra Peterson said, I'm not doing that anymore. She said, I don't think anybody's interested in seeing a 90-year-old Elvira, although she isn't 90. And as you can see, she looks fabulous. She looks absolutely fabulous. There is an urban legend that I'd like to dispel now as well. I thought I had, let me see if I had downloaded that. Hold on, kids. I may have inadvertently not prepared for the show correctly. I know, it's a shocking thing. And then I'll get to some of your comments. Let's see, Elvira. I think this is the thing I'm looking for. Okay, see this right here? Because I know my good friends at StreamYard are just going to put it up on the screen. Okay, this is a Tom Waits album. I am a tremendous fan of Tom Waits. Now, this has been sort of edited in the background. You see the gal in the back there? Well, in the actual album cover, that person is wearing pasties to cover up their nipplage. I didn't want any problems with YouTube, so I just took care of it myself. But there was an urban legend for many years that, by the way, please like, share, subscribe, retweet, notification bell, do all those free things you can do for us. It just takes a click that help us with the algorithm, the almighty, all-powerful, all-seeing, all-knowing algorithm. We'd appreciate it. Super chats, memberships, yeah, we got them. You can PayPal if you want. You give the most, I get the most. Google gets nothing. And then you can go to the TomGulleyShow.com. Our merch store is there. And 250 podcasts that do not exist on the YouTube page are there as well. Okay, so there was this urban legend that that person was in fact Elvira. Now, in some early interviews, Elvira goes, I don't know. It might be, it might not. I was doing so much modeling, I couldn't tell you in a million years. However, after some reflection, she did in fact figure out that no, that weren't me. So there have been people for years and years and years and saying that's Cassandra Peterson. It's not. It is not her. So I hope I've helped put that to bed. That's not her. Not at all. But for a long time, people would swear up and down, yeah, that's her. It's not her. It ain't her, man. It ain't her. No. Let's get to some of your comments real quickly. Yeah, let's put another great picture of her. Here she is in a parade. It's very popular, Elvira. Who doesn't like Elvira, right? Team Brittany with the great question. Barnabas, do you know Barnabas from Dark Shadows? Mr. Jonathan Frid. Maybe not. I can tell you, too, that we did a whole show on Dark Shadows. Oh, yeah. I love that show. I think you can see all of Dark Shadows on Tubi. Team Brittany says, did I dream it or did she sponsor a beer also? I don't know if she was part of that Don't Be Afraid of the Dark, but I think she has been associated with a beer. I couldn't tell you for sure right now, though. Crappy at Life says, Elvira Wood. Okay. Let's see. Julian Zezer said she should sponsor Skin Safe Glue. That would be a good, I think she sponsors a lot of things. Barnabas does not know Barnabas Collins from Dark Shadows. Not Small Change. No, not small. Got rained on with his own Small Change got wasted by his own. Yeah, I know. The whole album's good. I think that might be the album with Step Right Up, Step Right Up. Everything's a winner, bargains galore, Step Right. You too can be the winner of the quality goes in before the name goes on. Dark Shadow was a fun episode. Yeah, people came in and they yelled at me during it, and Jesse came on. It's a long episode, by the way. That's a pretty long episode. That's a long episode. Cassandra Peterson in the 1970s had a liaison with John Voight as well as with Robert De Niro during the filming of The Godfather Part 2. She married a musician, Mark Pearson, in 1981. He soon became her personal manager. They had one daughter. They divorced in 2003. She released her memoir, Yours Cruelly, Elvira, Memoirs of Mistress of the Dark, on September 21st, 2021. There's a lot of very scandalous revelations in this book. A lot of very shocking revelations. She's very open about some very tragic things that happened in her life. She was a vegetarian for many years, and today she continues to maintain a mostly vegetarian diet, organic food. She maintains a toned-down regimen of yoga, Pilates, and physical activity for self-care. And she's a very moderate drinker. In 2025, she protested against many things, and, she stopped portraying Elvira. She doesn't think she can convincingly wear the outfit at her age. She has continued to manage, franchise, and merchandise the Elvira brand under the premise that Elvira had become a mythical character that transcended Peterson and now could be adapted to media without her physically present, like Santa or, whatever. She did record several songs and skits for Elvira Halloween albums in the 80s and 90s. There's 6 of those. She also performed on a track called Zombie Killer for the band Leslie and the L.Y.'s. Yeah. And she's been on some other tracks as well. Can you dig it? Let me see here if I can get to I might be able to find some more stuff here in a second. Let's see more comments. You got to check that one out. Love that title. Yeah, she's a funny lady. A very funny lady. She wrote the screenplay to the 1988 movie Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. And has a cult following now, that movie. I like the movie. I've seen it. It's great. Has W. Morgan Shepherd in it. You'd recognize him if you saw him. It has Jeff Conaway from Grease. Has Edie McClurg, very funny lady. Edie McClurg. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see here. Someone asked about Salem, Massachusetts. The film takes place in the fictional town of Falwell, Massachusetts. There you go. There you go. A bunch of the people in the movie were friends of hers from the Groundlings. There's a character in it named Uncle Vinny. It was written specifically for Vincent Price, but he thought the material was too racy, so he passed. And there you are. Let's see here. Oh, our good friend Julian Zeezer, thank you so much. We've reached our goal today, which our goal every show is any amount of money. So we've shattered the goal. Team Brittany said, did she ever do the Monster Mash? I heard it was a graveyard smash. And I believe it also caught on like a flash. Anyway, no, to my knowledge, no, but it's almost impossible to believe that she in some way did not do something associated with the Monster Mash. She pretty much defines Halloween at this point in the minds of many, many, many people. Let's see here. I'm looking at the soundtrack to see if Monster Mash is on it. It is not. It is not. Once Bitten, Twice Shy is on it. 99 Bottles of Beer on the Wall. Town Without Pity. Maniac, I Put a Spell on You. There you go. There you go. Let's see here. Around 2019, she made her inaugural Scooby-Doo appearance in Return to Zombie Island. Elvira returned the following year with an increased role in Happy Halloween Scooby-Doo, in which she spends the bulk of it in a flat-top variation of the Macabre Mobile and dispatches another monster with a stiletto to the forehead. That was the thing about Elvira. She's very self-deprecating, really funny, but was no pushover. Was absolutely no pushover. In October of 2021, Elvira's 40th birthday special was announced on the YouTube channel for Shudder streaming with the video Burn Witch Burn, which is a really wonderful, campy movie. Throughout October for Halloween, Elvira featured horror movies catalog on Netflix YouTube channel titled Netflix and Chills Meets Dr. Elvira. Crappy at Life. That was very nice of you, Julian Zeezer. A little hand for Julian Zeezer. A little something for the cause. A little something for the effort. I would say she is attractive, and I would have, well, thank you, Crappy at Life. That's good information. Team Brittany says, I just noted your name, Tom Vira. Yeah, many times the names on this program are themed. They are themed occasionally. See if I can find some more Elvira information here real quickly. There was a video game, Mistress of the Dark, as well, by the way. It was also, and by the way, there was also an arcade game. I believe I may have showed that during the pinball machine game. Let me see. The arcade game. There's also a side-scrolling platform game released in 1991 for Amiga, Atari ST, Commodore 64, MS-DOS, basically everything but Apple, I guess. The game featured two worlds, the Underworld of Fire and Arctic Earth, that have to be unlocked to reach the third, the Castle of Transylvania. The castle belongs to Elvira. In their quest, players can use spells and weapons, and then they get to meet Elvira. The game was very popular and had very favorable reviews. All right. By the way, there is a video online, and the auction is over. But Elvira recently, it was 2 years ago, maybe 3, auctioned off a bunch of her memorabilia, a ton of it. Some really good stuff, you know. You wouldn't, well, I haven't been offered, is the problem. Like, share, subscribe, retweet, notification bell, free things. Yeah. Bottom of the hour, got to say it again. Also, the link is up at the top of the chat if you would care to try your Halloween Eve luck here. I'm going to end the show 5 minutes early. Pod Awful is doing Awful-ween. For those of you who are weak of heart and don't like to watch somebody severely pranked and do not like vulgar material, don't watch it. Pinball episode. I think you did. I think I did. I think I might have done that. That might be among the things that I have done. That could be one of them. Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, how much is Cassandra Peterson worth? Her net worth is estimated at $3 million. I would have, pretty good, you know. Pretty good, you know. Pretty good. It's, pretty good, you know. But her income is actually growing larger and larger and larger because you can't necessarily see her anymore, but all of those products continue to generate quite a bit of income. She has people in charge of enforcing her copyright. She has people in charge of negotiating the contracts for the various items. She's a smart cookie. Let's see. Now I don't have to feel bad leaving to go watch Jesse. Total Chad move, Tom. I don't know what a Chad move is, but it's really just because I want to watch it. You know what I'm saying? That's all. Do you need a hug? Yeah, you're okay. I don't think you need a hug. You're not getting one from Elvira. Not today, anyway. I think she's. There was an hour-long interview that she did, I think last year. Very good interview. And she's herself. She's not Elvira. I like the streams. I have no friends to share the stream with, unfortunately. Hey, all your friends are here, Crappy at Life. We like you just fine. Team Brittany says this Elvira episode was tit for tat, Tom. Well, it's, you with your... Jesse is on a generational run. I mentioned that at the top of the show like no other. A Chad is what you just pulled off. I don't know whether that's good or bad, but okay. Praise Jesse, even if it's a mouthful. I always liked Elvira. I always thought she was funny. I always thought I loved her self-deprecating humor. And I liked her sarcastic remarks. It's just, and I am a sucker for a cheesy, bad movie. I tell you what, I really love them. And I used to watch horror movies when I was a kid all the time. When I was talking about this with somebody the other day. In the 80s, when VHS became popular, a lot of movies got made that were really bad. And a lot of them went straight to video. Some of them were at the movie theater for 5 seconds and went to video. And I loved them. I love those kind of movies. all of the trauma movies, you know, Toxic Avenger, Surf Nazis Must Die, all those terrible. Oh, I love it. Krabby says, VHS is still popular in my house. Well, why not? You can pick up 1 billion VHSs for a song, and if you got a player, why not? I've got a couple VHSs here of my soccer career and things like that, but I don't have a player anymore. So that's, you know, why not? And I also had a bunch of stuff that I recorded. There was a movie company called Something Weird Video that you could get these wild trailers for movies like, oh God, just the craziest movies ever. What's the one? Teenage Gang Debs, you know, The Agony of Love, these just exploitation movies from the 60s and stuff. And I still have a bunch of those. I also have one called 60s Go-Go Chicks that's nothing but a compilation of go-go dancers that you would see in the B-roll of these cheesy exploitation movies. So I have all this Something Weird videotapes. And before streaming and stuff, Turkey Day for Mystery Science Theater 3000, they would show Mystery Science Theater 3000 all day, and I recorded it almost every year at the really slow speed on VHS. You could record 6 hours worth of stuff, and I still have all those. Let's see. Happy Halloween, everyone. Yes, we won't be on tomorrow, so happy Halloween. Leon Kennedy said, I'm reading a book for university, so I can't watch. Sorry, Tom. Did you get the other song I sent you, The Man from Gulley? Yes, I did. I played it yesterday. I owe you an email, but I'll just tell you now since you're here. That song is a banger. I love it. The only issue is it involves a lot of Dabbleverse, and I really don't talk about the Dabbleverse too much. It's very rare that I do, but man, is that a good song. I love The Man from Gulley. Oh, there's tons of good stuff about it, and I suppose I could play it when I do occasionally talk about the Dabbleverse. But man, can everybody give Leon Kennedy a hand for the songs? Not only they call me Mr. Gulley, the one we have been using, but the one we've been playing the last few days, he's a podcast king. And then the one that I played yesterday, The Man from Gulley. These songs are just, man, I'm telling you. They are really great, Leon. I appreciate it. I owe you big time. I got a VCR for every TV in the house. Some of the TVs had VCRs in them. I found a copy of Faces of Death 2 a few years back. Unfortunately, I don't have the stomach for that stuff anymore. Well, when I lived in Indianapolis, there were these little family video stores, and then there started to be video rental places like Blockbuster. But the movies I wanted to see, Blood Feast, all the John Waters movies, hard to see stuff. They didn't have that at Blockbuster, and they certainly didn't have it at a family video store. But there was a guy in a neighborhood in a part of Indianapolis called Broad Ripple that had a garage. And you went in this garage, and there were just bookcases, the kind you can see through. And there was like 3 rows of them, and he had all of this stuff. Blood Feast, 10,000 Maniacs, She-Devil, the Russ Meyer movies, Faster, Faster, Kill, Kill, Faster, Faster, Pussycat, Kill, Kill, whatever. All of it was there, and I watched it all. It was great. Yeah, Evil Puppets. Anyway, Tom talks about the Dabbleverse every show, but well, I have a little bit recently, but typically I don't. Just recently because there's some stuff going on to somebody that I like and has been pretty cool, and they're getting treated poorly by just a bully that's not real. Look, there's a video Doom did with my one interaction from this person, and I think that pretty much defines it. When I talk about the Dabbleverse, it's always to say kind of like there's two good shows and everybody else is an idiot. Leon Kennedy Evil Puppets. That sounds scary, like the Wax Museum figures coming to life. Let's see here. The show theme is definitely a banger. It is. Blockbuster, more like crotch duster. Okay. Blockbuster back room. Well, the family video stores had the nasty back room. Never trust a guy in a garage. Just say, oh, I trusted this guy. He was, Blockbuster used to be kind of like going to a bookstore. You would meet like-minded people there. Like you could strike up a conversation at Blockbuster or a family video store where somebody's looking at a video case and you're like, have you seen that? Oh, no, I was thinking about it. Do you like movies that blah, 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 blah? And you start talking about movies and talking about movies. And I don't want to downplay this part too much either. Blockbuster was a place, kind of a meat market. You could chat up a gal or a guy at Blockbuster by talking about movies. I remember going there, not just on a weekend, a Friday or Saturday night when it'd be packed, but go there on a Tuesday night and see the other lonely people of the world. And, I'm just saying. Julian Zeta says, never trust someone who still owns a mimeograph machine. You probably just own it still for the smell. Hey, Gullerinos. Gilman, hello. I liked renting Nintendo games from Blockbuster when I was a kid. That's right, they did rent games. And you could also buy all the candy and chocolate. And I think some of the pizza delivery companies even had started giving you coupons to Blockbuster so you could pizza in a movie at. Julian Caesar, you made me Google, and that is scary. Remember the scene in Fast Times at Ridgemont High where Mr. Hand hands out the quizzes or whatever, and the students all take the papers and start smelling them? Had that acetone smell. It had that smell involved with it. Let's see here. Let's see. This is just from earlier this month. This information I'm going to tell you right now. Net worth estimated at $3 million. Her fortune has been built on decades of performances as the vampire Elvira. When she started, her salary was $350 a week. It was the #1 rated show at the station. She said they were taking advantage of me. They started, they had to sell 3D glasses in Los Angeles for a 3D episode that they broadcast. Sold 2.7 million pairs of glasses, and she didn't get a dime. So when you see something that's Elvira related, she's making money on it. So hopefully you can feel good about that. If you buy Elvira stuff, and I don't know why you wouldn't. Link at the top of the page, and I am on there. Close out that. And I hate it when you go to anything on Yahoo. It takes 9 minutes for the page to load. Let's see here. You know what I might do? Is Leon still here? Leon, let me know if you're still here. I could play that other song on the outro of the show today. Just because he went to all the trouble to create it. Let's see here. People are laughing at Julian and Team Brittany. Me too. Gilman, people saying hi. People saying hi is a major feature of the show, by the way. Crappy at Life, with maybe one of the most understated observations in the history of observations. I mean, after all, they did make this movie. I think this is actually from the video game, but it's based on the movie. Yes, I don't think anyone's ever noticed that. Thank you for pointing that out. Thank you for pointing that out. There, well. Now that you mention it, we got about 9 minutes left in this show. I got to end it 5 minutes early. Excuse me, so I can go to Pod Awful's Awfulween. Awfulween 2, I think. No, is it Red Rooms 2? Awfulween Red Rooms 2? The first Red Rooms was... generally, Awfulween is an elaborate internet prank. Generally. Leon Kennedy is there? Oh, he's reading. That's right. Well, I am going to play that other song then. I'm going to play that song on the way out. It's a little dabble versey. Otherwise, I could throw that into the rotation so fast. Because I love this song. It's really good. It's really good. Let's see here. I'm going to do that. Here you go, Mr. Dillard. Just like I promised, I'm going to do that. Gilman says, Scared Stiff, Party Monsters, and House of Horrors are great pinball machines. Julian Zezer says, I'm dying to know who's in the car following Elvira because all the bystanders are watching it and not her. Well, maybe she's past the main stand or who knows. Think she's into dudes 30 years her I rather doubt it. Considering her current relationship status. She was married for quite some time to a gentleman, though. Let's see here. Elvira is in her mid-70s. I think her partner is in her mid-60s. It could be Elvis. Hey, everybody, before we get out of here, please like, share, subscribe, retweet notification bell. That algorithm stuff really helps us, especially since we're getting hammered right now with not being shown to as many people. But if anybody is dressing up for Halloween, put what you're dressing up as in the chat. Okay, 40 years or junior, whatever. No, but Crappy at Life, the trick would be to get a gal in your age range that, is Elvira-esque and have her dress up as Elvira. If she's into that kind of thing. Know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Hey, baby, I got VHS in every room. See? Oh, he's already got one of those. Well, Jeepers Creepers. Next week, Hulk Hogan on Monday, if we can get the OBS to work. I think I might have still another hour left. We might be able to do Monday on this thing. Tuesday will be Player Pianos. Wednesday, Playboy After Dark, which is Playboy After Dark was a show where it was set in a big room that looked like Hugh Hefner's living room. Cool furniture, music playing in the background. And there were just a bunch of famous people there smoking cigarettes, drinking, and the camera would kind of roam around and Hugh would interview these people. That was it. That was it. And then Thursday, the Burger Chef murders and if you grew up where I did in Indianapolis, Man, the Burger Chef murders. A facsimile will no longer do. A witch. Gilman says he's going as Tom Chitwood with Goldie gloves. Hold on. Let me see here. Let's see here. Let me see. Let's see if this does it. I don't know who Tom Chitwood is, man. I am sorry, but I don't. I don't. Well, yeah. I don't know if he's there or not, but he's certainly no longer with us. Julie said, Tom, if you haven't read Ryan Halliday's conspiracy about Hulk Hogan versus Gawker, highly recommended. I'll look into that. I'm going as an employee of the company I work for, says Crappy Life. Jimmy Chitwood. Jimmy Chitwood, are you talking about the player in Hoosiers? That's a pretty funny Crappy Life. Jimmy Chitwood. There's something you got to understand. Out of 40 years seeing the best this state's got to offer, Jimmy Chitwood is the best player I've ever seen. I've always felt that one player is... Anyway. Let's all go as an unemployed government workers. We could do that. Moment of silence for all the dead pumpkins. Where I lived in Utah, they had this custom of smashing all the pumpkins in the road. You get up Halloween morning, it'd be like pumpkin. And they just went along with it. I went in as Capicola, Gabagool. Yeah, hey, Gabagool. Just don't go as Friedel. All right, I got to go because of the pot awful thing. Listen, you guys are the greatest. I can't thank you enough for being here. You know, you're the best. And we'll just keep this thing cranking along and get it back up to where it used to be. For the love of Mike. But I hope you all have a great Halloween. If I get crazy, I might do a members only show this weekend. I can't promise you anything. Can't think. I think that's the name of it, but it's so funny. Julian Caesar is very funny. But anyway, I got to go. I'm going to play that song I told you about from Leon. Dupa, that was one of the best things about The Sopranos, the way they couldn't figure out actual Italian pronunciation. Oh, my goodness. Right here at the end. Dupa Dupa Do with $5. Thank you so much. What topic would you in doing a top 10 of? Will you please add it to the list? I will think on it. I got to think about that. Dupa, thank you so much. Good night, everyone, and have a happy Halloween. I will second that emotion. I might just do a members-only show to experiment with OBS again, see what I can make happen. But I think the only thing left to say is, till next time, we'll see you next time. And thank you, Leon Kennedy. Much appreciated.
The man from Gulley. like a Motown king. Words so smooth, they got a sting. Ha! With a mic in hand.